How to open an account in a Turkish bank? This is one of the most frequently asked questions, and the interest in it never wanes. That's because it's possible to do it in Turkey and obtain a bank card here. So today on the YouTube channel Life in Turkey, we provide a step-by-step guide on how to open an account and get a card in the Turkish bank. And most importantly, how to simplify the process and why it's essential to smile. It's 30 seconds before we begin the instructions. No matter how complicated it may seem, remember the most important thing. Having an account in a foreign bank is an extremely valuable asset in today's world. With it you can transfer money abroad, get a bank card and pay for goods and services in another country. A bank account is absolutely necessary if you decide to move to Turkey for permanent residency and buy your own property here. Without a local account, it's impossible to make a proper payment for real estate. How to choose a bank where you can actually get a card and who can assist you will tell you at the end of the video. And now step-by-step instruction on how to open an account in Turkey. Prepare your passport. Think about which phone number you will link to your account. Only a few banks accept international numbers, and if you have a Turkish SIM card, make sure it won't expire in a couple of months, so you don't lose access to your account via cell phone. Buy a SIM card from official stores. You will need a Turkish tax number called Vergi numarası. Obtaining it takes only a few minutes. Go to the Turkish Tax Authority website, click on this field and fill out the form. You can obtain the tax number only with the passport you used to enter Turkey. It's not possible to do it without entering the country unless you have a power of attorney. Download the PDF you receive and note down your new Turkish tax number. You will need to provide it to the bank. The tax authority's website address is on the screen and in the description under this video. Just in case, prepare a proof of residency registration, or sometimes you can show a utility bill for electricity or water, but it must be in your name. It's good if they don't need it, but what if they do? If you don't have these documents and the bank requires confirmation of your address, an address from your passport translated into Turkish by a sworn translator may help. If you have a residence permit card, great. If not, try to open an account without it. Some banks will refuse, while others may agree. By the way, for the information on how to obtain a Turkish residence permit correctly, watch the video through this link. It covers documents for the residence permit, appointment-related issues and assistance. Take a look. There's no single list of documents required to open an account in Turkish banks. In one bank you might get by with a minimal set of documents, while others may ask for notarized copies, insurance or a deposit, $3, $5, $10,000 or euros for a week, a month or longer, at the manager's discretion. Yeah, that's right, this is the most significant feature of Turkish banks that confuses foreigners. There are no clear unified rules in banks. In different branches of the same bank, under the same signboard, they may present to different clients completely different conditions. So you'll have to visit multiple branches and ask questions yourself. It's Turkey. If the document's prepared, it's time to go to the bank. Yes, but only a personal visit will do. You can't open an account remotely. Arrive in the first half of the day. After lunch you probably won't make it. They might not even accept you, they'll just say come back tomorrow, so come before noon. At the entrance, take a ticket from the machine for opening an account. When your turn comes up, approach the clerk. And now here's the most crucial part – smile. In Turkey, everything depends on their relationships, even in a bank. A friendly client will be allowed to do things that are inaccessible to another person. It might sound strange, but for Turks, displaying politeness is ordinary behavior. So break the pattern of being a stern foreigner in front of the clerk. Make an effort. Smile. Clarify the account opening conditions before starting the process. Give the manager your documents. When they offer you a choice of payment card systems, Visa, MasterCard, choose any except Troy. Troy is purely Turkish system, but even in Turkey it doesn't work everywhere, and in other countries it will not be accepted at all. Opt for a full-fledged version of the payment system, not a stripped-down one like Visa Electron. You might encounter problems in unexpected places later. The manager will suggest signing an agreement and ask you to write that you received a copy, which, in the Turkish miracles fashion, you won't be given. So take a photos of the documents. Later on you won't just see these papers easily, and the documents are all in Turkish. But there's no choice, either open an account under these conditions or don't open one at all. And it's not only to foreigners but also to Turks, they've long gotten used to it here. Ask manager to show you where to find the login details for the mobile app. If the details have been sent to your phone yet, we recommend waiting there to avoid having to go to the bank again. Check to ensure that the card is personalized. Often you'll have to wait for more than a week to get a personalized card. Initially, banks mostly issue cards without names, and those are debit cards. Getting a credit card is much more complicated. Not all banks will issue one to a foreigner, and the bank that agrees to provide it will block at least an amount equal to the card's limit. Speaking of limits, clarify the limits for purchases and transfers, including international ones. Increasing the limit through the app usually won't work and you'll have to go to the bank again. Before leaving, smile once more and say words of appreciation to the manager. Let them remember you. Surely you will need to contact them again for references, assistance or advice. In Turkey, personal relationships make everything. Choosing which Turkish bank to open an account with is a creative decision. However, only a handful of banks actually provide cards to foreigners. For Russians, it's only Denizbank, Ishbank, Vakifbank and Ziraat. The list is slightly longer for other foreigners, but it's still not extensive. Some banks that claim to serve expatriates significantly limit the services available to them. And remember, in Turkey, in different bank branches, different conditions may apply to different people, so smile and ask questions. In all other aspects, choose a bank based on their tariffs, reviews, proximity of branches and ATMs to your home. It's essential to open an account at the branch that's convenient to you to reach, because in other branches the fees might be higher and the conditions different. In Turkey they don't like serving customers where they didn't open their accounts. If you want to learn more about Turkish banking system and how it serves foreigners, check out the video on this topic. After all, our channel is rightly called the most useful and informative source about life in Turkey. You can also read an article about banks on the Tolerance website. We give the link in the description. There you'll find a comparison of banks by assets and insights into their reliability. Give it a read. Sometimes in Turkey you might need some assistance, including when opening a bank account. But rest assured, you won't have to turn to external helpers if you are a client of the Tolerance agency. This company helps property buyers open accounts, transfer money and obtain all the necessary documents. And most importantly, Tolerance service doesn't end after the deal. You can always ask for assistance and advice here. Tolerance Homes has been operating for over 20 years and knows everything about the Turkish real estate market and many other aspects of life in this country. Subscribe to our channel, leave a comment and don't miss other useful videos about life, real estate and moving to Turkey. We know and talk about things that others may not know or don't talk about.